I always encourage people when it comes to the movement to open USA Soccer to take a stand on one side or another. Don't sit on the fence. I believe that an open USA Soccer system is inevitable. It's going to come in time, no matter if I'm fighting for it or not. In time, we will eventually see this change to an open USA Soccer system. So you might as well get on the right side of history now. That's the only way to approach this, in my opinion. So we've got to be careful, both as common fans and with media or public figures in American soccer. Find out where they stand on this issue. Do they support equality and opportunity for all people and clubs in American soccer? Do they support this policy of disenfranchising most of the USA Soccer ecosystem? What side are these people on? They can't have it both ways. No one can do that. You can't just switch over to being a authentic soccer open system advocate when it suddenly becomes lucrative or convenient to do so. So when the winds of change are blowing the other direction, all of a sudden you change your tune and support an open system in USA Soccer after spending years and years staying silent about MLS and US soccer discrimination in the American soccer ecosystem. We kind of saw some shades of this with the USA getting knocked out of 2018 World Cup qualification. Many people were saying, everything's fine with the program. Bruce Arena is a great boss for the national team. Player pool's fine. And then all of a sudden, one little result goes the wrong way, and all of a sudden USA is out of the World Cup. And people are now saying, we got to blow everything up and get a world-class manager in here for the national team. Our player pool is so bad. We need to totally rethink things. It's good that we had that wake-up call of missing the World Cup, but the bad thing is that people finally came to that realization of USA Soccer needing a complete overhaul when disaster struck, and that's why as much as USA World Cup qualifying disaster hurts, it's actually a good thing, because that's kind of what was needed in order for a lot of people to wake up to the realities of American soccer as a whole. But you saw a lot of the main pundits or media figures suddenly, when it became clickbait or lucrative or convenient to be a change person, suddenly they changed their tune very quickly in the span of one day. And so that's the same thing we need to look out for here in the movement for USA Soccer equality and opportunity. These people say they are for reform, for inclusion, for opportunity. They want to end pay to play. All these great things, these great buzzwords and taglines. But at the heart of it, we need to look at their behaviors. Never judge a person mainly on their words. Judge them based on what actions they take. And right now, at this point in time, words and actions kind of blend together, but you got to kind of look at what are they saying on a consistent basis? What are they standing up for on a consistent basis? Is it just the occasional lip service to, we want to end pay to play and make US soccer more diverse every once in a while? Or are they standing up consistently, explicitly for an open USA soccer system that includes all people and clubs? So a lot of key media figures, understandably, since their bread is buttered under this US soccer MLS centric ecosystem, the only financial payout is by appeasing the MLS company. So it's understandable that people would want to toe the line, but how much longer are we going to do this? Be beholden to what MLS wants? When will we start to rise above the pressures of an MLS-dominated U.S. soccer ecosystem? This restricted U.S. soccer governance that will censor you and punish you, maybe in indirect ways, if you speak out for change, if it's where you make your money, if you're a journalist, if you're in the media, what have you. So it's easy for a common person to speak up, easy for someone like me to speak up and be explicit and consistent for an open USA soccer system. I get that it's a bigger risk for other people in the media, but don't act like you are an open system advocate just when it's convenient for you to do so. And then if we get in a situation in a year or two where all of a sudden it's really, really popular to stand up for an open USA soccer system with promotion and relegation, what are we going to think of you then? We're going to say, hey, back in 2018, 2017, you were silent about this. Now all of a sudden that it's your articles are getting a lot of clicks, you are suddenly a huge advocate for this. Or now that it looks like FIFA is going to intervene with U.S. soccer and this change to an open system is inevitable, all of a sudden you are 100% for it. What changed? Are you reacting to the market or your audience, or are you actually making a decision to stand up for what's right in American soccer, no matter what the consequences are? So it's a really interesting, just something to look out for, to think about in the American soccer ecosystem today. Things are poised and balanced pretty delicately, where I see this train coming down the road where we are going to ultimately break USA soccer open to all. But at the other side of it, we're kind of everything is sort of concealed behind this iron curtain of MLS dominating the ecosystem, controlling the financial flow, and so many people are muzzled out of fear because of their rule and the powers they have within our governing soccer federation, U.S. Soccer. Basically have MLS controlling our U.S. Soccer Governing Federation, which is just plain corrupt. But it is going to change. If you look back on the past months or past couple of years here, you are seeing a lot of change candidates rising up in the U.S. soccer presidential race, more stories and questions being asked by journalists and the media, rival clubs and competition to MLS rising up in the lower divisions and sustaining themselves, MLS rushing expansion in reaction to that, lawsuits against U.S. soccer in the courts. So things are happening. It's just a question of how soon will we get there. And so hold people accountable. Make them be clear in what they stand for. Do you stand for equality and opportunity for all people and clubs in American soccer? For inclusion and opportunity? For the essence of soccer? Equality and opportunity? Or do you stand for continued discrimination of most of the USA soccer ecosystem? It's really that simple. You cannot sit on the fence on this one. Not saying anything, not standing up means you support this policy of discrimination continuing in USA soccer. So be on the right side of history and support an open USA soccer system now. It's the only way we will capture our massive USA soccer potential. So if you like this video, make sure to share it out across social media and also subscribe right here to my channel. And I'll talk to you soon.